Hello everyone and welcome back to more Factorio. Today is Monday, June 10th, 2019, and I have just finished a discussion about why I'm not so hype about E3, as well as sort of like my whole perspective when it comes to gaming in general, specifically on consoles. Um, which ended up lasting a little bit over half an hour. So today's stream will be shorter than usual. At least today's video of Angels will be a bit shorter because I still have to end at my normal time today. In particular, once I do finish the stream today, I have to set up our smoker to smoke some pork butt, pork shoulder, whatever, to actually eat something tonight. So any updates in particular that matter? Pie Cole Touched by an Angel had an update. Interesting. What did you change? What did you change? It doesn't look like it has an update to its changelog for either 55 or 56. That's unfortunate. So I won't do that now, or at this point in time. Let us continue with the Angels playthrough. So when last we left off, I had started breeding my logistics bots, logistics and construction bots. I don't think I need these anymore, because the logistic zone is the orange box or yellow box here on this roboport. Oh, I have another roboport all the way over there. Cool. Wait a second, why is there not an orange connection there? I mean a yellow connection. There needed to be a dotted line connection. Anyway, so I'm currently in a situation where I am dealing with being really close on my power to having issues. So I need to solve that today. I also was working towards getting my green, I think they're logic boards or logic circuits. Yeah, the electronic logic boards. So the logic boards and then the processing boards. So logic boards are next. I was working on getting the superiors, which will need gold plates. So I need gold plates. I'll also need silver plates, but I need more power to power all of this. So what am I going to do for more power? That is a really good question I don't currently have an answer to be completely honest. I can set up additional grain houses to make wooden bricks. There is that option, and use wooden bricks to feed into another steam power setup. I've also got the ability to do solar power, and then also I can technically start nuclear. So, I'm stuck. So, maybe I do nuclear. Have I I think I've picked up the tech that lets me convert... Yes, here. I've gotten the nuclear fuel reprocessing. I don't have Covarex yet, which is a bit problematic because that means essentially that I would just be turning... I won't have anything to do with excess U-238 yet, not until I get Covarex going, because excess U-238 is going to be a problem. A bit of a problem. I also, in order to get Covarex moving, you need like 40 units of U-235 to produce 41 units of U-235. And I think right now I have 7 in total. So I have 5 in the box and 2 in the fuel assembler. So I have 7 total at the moment. What I'm thinking is I might get another centrifuge going to help speed up this process of getting enough U-235. But my power situation is problematic right now. So, what are the options available? Well, there is, through Bob's Materials, this enriched fuel block with a fuel value of 50 from liquid fuel. Now, how does one get liquid fuel? From fuel oil. And fuel oil is just the light fuel. So it is an alternative way of making solid fuel. Because what I can do is I can make this better source of fuel out of fuel oil. Yeah, liquid fuel from fuel oil, and then enriched fuel blocks from liquid fuel. I still need some solid fuel. Heck, I could do solid fuel from hydrazine as well. Now, these 4... 112 per second, 4.5 per second. That's not nearly enough. 112.5. How much of this do I have? 10. 87.5? Seriously? $291.67. I have 9. 315. So, what am I doing with this excess naphtha and base mineral oil? I am burning the excess naphtha and base mineral oil. So, oil refining, basic, advanced for... that gives more naphtha. I don't want more naphtha, I want more fuel oil. Oh, hello, tech. I'm also running out of text to grab. Let's see, this gives me, as it stands, 30 units of fuel oil. This gives me less fuel oil to get naphtha by adding hydrogen. But it also uses a little bit less crude, which is interesting. And then what does the coal liquefaction give? It gives more naphtha. It gives 20 units of fuel oil and then 10 units of ethane. I think that's what that is. Ah, boy. And then when it comes to fuel oil, or when it comes to solid fuel in general, I think that the most efficient method of making fuel oil right now is out of hydrazine, because it doesn't include coke. There's also synthesis gas, which I can actually technically convert most any of the fuel oils into synthesis gas. So I can convert naphtha, the excess naphtha and the excess mineral oil maybe, into synthesis gas and do solid fuel out of that. But hydrazine, I'm going to need a lot of hydrazine for rocket fuel, so I may as well set up some of that. So hydrazine is made from green catalysts, monochloramine, and ammonia. Monochloramine comes from sodium hypochlorite and ammonia. And then even more ammonia for the hydrazine. Sodium hypochlorite. This is where things get interesting, because it is the sodium hydroxide solution plus chlorine gas, which means setting up a whole separate system, which isn't going to be all that valuable to me right now. Okay, I think what I'm going to end up doing is making aluminium in those. Go down and grab some aluminium. Tack out of my way. I am going to convert all excess fuels into solid fuel. All excess fuel into solid fuel. And that includes any excess on the methane. So, methane Am I using absolutely all of my methane? I think so, because I'm converting methane into methanol. There's nothing preventing me from doing like an overflow valve or something. But I'm pretty sure it all gets used. 150, 150, yeah, I am using all of it, so that much is clear. What I'm not using all of, though, is the base mineral oil and the other stuffs. So, allow me to then start clearing some of this. Alright, so I have 58.33 per second on base mineral and 145 on the naphtha. Now, to consume the 145 would need more than 2. Oh, and then this doesn't even get made from base mineral, so I'd have to convert base mineral into something else. Which I can do, I think it's with a steam cracker. I can convert it into syngas. Let's see, steam crackers. Good thing this is enough for the residuals. Steam cracker. Okay, syngas. Syngas from naphtha? Syngas from mineral oil, syngas from fuel oil. That is a 1-to-1. That is a 1-to-1. That is a 1-to-1.5. I can also take residual gas and turn it into syngas. Small amounts of residual gas do get made from doing these processes, so it is a way of consuming the residual gas without having to burn it. So even here, from these oil residuals, I can take this residual gas and also convert it. Which is great. Now, I'm also using residual gas over here for producing some lubricant, but otherwise it goes back because I'm also getting some residual gas here. Oh, well, this is just free syngas, right? Yeah, this is free syngas that I should be converting into solid fuel. Then I should be using this solid fuel to produce energy. Now, I will note that I do have the KS Power mod in this game, and one thing that I haven't used as of yet is much of any of the KS Power generation. In particular, I have access to this thing called the Big Burner Generator that produces 50 megawatts of power, but it consumes a lot, and I mean a lot of fuel. Like, it is no joke how much fuel this thing consumes, and unfortunately, it seems that loaders don't load into them, or into fuel slots. You have to use inserters for them. Alright, well then, I need... Let's set things up somewhat properly. I guess you can actually go... What direction do I want to even have you in? Don't know. Synthesis from residual. And in this fashion, I can then do that and that. Actually, probably more like from there. This is gonna be interesting. Connecting this. Yeah, maybe I should move this down a tile. Now, I did have that flare stack behind an overflow valve, which showed some forethought at the very least. Let's see. Boom. Alright, that should be everything hooked up, moved down a tile to make things just a little bit easier. Then there's the need to convert some naphtha and base mineral oil. So naphtha, I need to convert 145 something per second, so that's going to be 4. Which means I need more of them. What's limiting here? Iron. Urn! My urn is limiting. Then you. Now then. So the steam is simple enough. Getting the naphtha in, though, that's what's going to be the issue. Oh. How convenient. It happened to align beautifully. And then... Oh, right. You just... This doesn't operate at full efficiency anyway because there's just not enough crude. And actually, there's just not enough multi-phase. I need to get some more multiphase in, and oh, I disconnected again. So, for reference, today I'm streaming through the... Yeah, so now that it's back live again, for reference, today I'm streaming using the wireless connection, and up until I started this stream, up until I started streaming, I had no issues with disconnects. And the moment I started streaming, I started having issues with disconnects again. So I don't know what's going on with my internet connectivity, but my computer just seems to hate me. It just seems to hate me at the moment, and really does not want me to have any smooth stream in the slightest. It's either my computer or it's the modem. It very much could be the modem, but anyway. I don't have enough multi-phase oil coming in to feed this properly. Maybe that's something I need to solve as well. And then how many of these things do I need to make to kill off my extra base mineral oil? Probably just the one is fine. 2 at most. But I think I'll keep it at 1. Where do you... You won't align until there. Whoops. So what I'll do is just make the alignment proper. Let there be power. More power. More, I say, more power. And then I need to feed back in these residual gas. And take the syngas and connect it all up and connect it to some solid fuel. How does that sound? Get some solid fuel going as I also go and bring up my dashboard again for the stream. Like, I really don't like disconnects. Anyway, so there's syngas. No longer will you be used, but... Oh yes, and you can also make synthesis gas out of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. You can split it into carbon monoxide and hydrogen. You can convert it into methanol by adding CO2, and you can convert it into naphtha by adding carbon monoxide. I don't know why you would convert it into naphtha, but that's something you can do. Just like I don't know why you would need to convert it into methanol, but that is something that you can do. Alright, so this is 100 units of synthesis gas per unit of coke. Now, I'm just going to compare this to the naphtha recipe. So notice how naphtha is 100 units plus coke to make 2 solid fuel. 100 units of naphtha makes 150 units of synthesis gas, which means that you get an extra unit of solid fuel out of the same amount of naphtha by converting it into syngas. Now, fuel oil, of course, will always be the best option here, but considering how you get fuel oil, this is the best option, I think. Oh yeah, and you can get carbon straight out from uh, charcoal and oxygen gas, and charcoal can be made out of the wood, so you can turn wood into carbon as well. Uh, Interesting stuffs there. I'm just exploring options, don't mind me. So how much syngas am I making? Well, if I have 4 of these, that's 225, apparently, per second. $225 and 37.5. 225, 37, and... Alright, let me bring out a calculator. 225 plus 37.5 plus up to 56.25, so 318.75 per second, up to. So that's like at least 425. So I can guarantee that I use all of it with 5 of these. Alternatively, can I make it out of... I can make it with these. Now if I use 5 of these, yes, so let's do liquidizers, or liquefiers, I should say. Liquefers! My liquefers! I don't use nearly enough liquefers. My beautiful liquefers. Make me that. Input, output. L, 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 N, N, N? Yes, N. Yeah, that will be somewhat okay. It just needs some magic of power. Oh, what? Are you not? Oh, I'm apparently making more residual gas than what one of these can handle. Well, that's good to know. Here, let's add more. If that's going to be the case, let's continue adding more. And I'm going to Ah, wrong buttons. Copy. Alt mode. No, that's not. Control C. My goodness, how hard is hitting Control C? I do not understand my issues here. Cool. And then, let there be more lights. And more thingies. So that's up to 150 per second consumption on the residual gas. I do hope I'm not overproducing on that residual gas. Now, I see. I'm not connected there anymore. Now it should keep moving because it's going to send the overflow into the flare stack. At least it should be sending the overflow into the flare stack. And that, as they say, is that. So, I now have significantly more solid fuel production per second. The next step, have I made this guy yet? I have. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter where I place this thing. Just as long as there's a spot for it. Because this thing is freaking huge. This thing produces 50 megawatts of power. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna place it right there. It will be fed in this way. And we shall see just how much of a fuel hog it ends up being. Because it uses a bunch of fuel. Like, it's not... I'm not kidding. This thing uses a lot. A lot of fuel. Actually, I want to provide power via one of these. Look at how fast that's moving, and that's at a fuel value of 12 megajoules. How fast that's just eating all of this solid fuel. Now, part of this seems to be... Now, it's not even consuming at its full speed. It's only eating at not even close to 50 megawatts. For some reason, these aren't operating at full. I don't know why it's prioritizing, I suppose, in the way that it is, but that just seems to be how it's going. Now, the real question is, am I producing enough solid fuel fast enough to cover the consumption from this thing running? It looks like I am. It does appear as if I am, and that is glorious. Genuinely glorious. Oh, it looks like I actually need more steam. I need more steam to be produced. That is interesting. Okay, more steam is required. these are just regular boilers. That get fed in with coal. Hopefully 2 more is fine. But I can keep adding more as necessary. As for you... let's empty this chest, 'cause sure, why not? Use a stack inserter. 30 per second. 33.75. Yeah, I'm thinking I need to... I don't feel like adding more to this. I need to go to a better process for it to produce more plastic. Okay. That's power. How about now we get into what I actually wanted to do today, now that it's almost halfway through my stream time. It's 11:20 a.m. I've got to move stuff out of the way so I can see the time. I've got a whole bunch of cases of games next to me that I was using as props earlier. Actually... yeah, this is fine, I think. I just want to keep a look. One of these lanes is being used a lot faster, but... maybe I do lane balance this. So, by doing this, what I allow for is for all of the machines to operate and feed in together. Now I suppose the ultimate limitation will be how much multi-phase oil I have. So, I need more multi-phase oil. This has become very apparent because I am only getting... yeah, 11.8, 11.5, 16, and 7.4 per second. So 7.4 plus 16 plus 11.5 plus 11.8 without taking into consideration efficiency or extra production out of this through productivity bonus of 20%. So multiply by 1.2. That's 56 units per second of multi-phase oil. I need 450. So, where is there a much, much, much bigger set of oil? Down here is a much, much, much bigger patch of oil. Up here, there's more oil as well. That is relatively close. The other thing that I'd want to avoid is running a big set of pipes, but that I might be forced to do that. Okay, so I have this train. That's another thing I can consider is adding to the train and training in multi-phase oil, but here's what that would actually end up looking like. I would need to hook all this up, pipe it into the train. The train would go here. I would need to then offload it into tanks and then run a line all the way down the bus. So it would go, pipes would need to go from up and over and then over and down and over. Compare it to the distance up and over and up. It doesn't seem like that much of a difference, really. So I'm going to grab my car. Make sure it's got some solid fuel in it so that it runs faster. I'm going to pick up what I need to make my Mark II derricks, pump jacks, or Mark III pump jacks, excuse me. I need some circuits. And some steel. Trying to avoid picking up the science. And some of these. Aluminium. And then iron. All of this to solve power issues, and I haven't really done what I was originally intending to get done today. Not even really worked on it all that much. I think that should be a sufficient number of pump jacks for now. So down I go. Oh. Back I go, because I'm going to definitely need a lot more pipe. Yeah, pipe. That's going to be incredibly important. Where am I even making my pipe again? There it is. Also, I could set up my logistics requests and stick bots around the place, and they will go out of their way to give me what I request. But I'll think about that much later. Really? Always hitting all the rocks. Always. Always hitting all the rocks. Every single one of them. Ugh. Okay, welcome to the land of oil. How many pump jacks did I end up making in total? 10. Alright, so 4 are here. 232 per second, 227, 224, 230. Yeah, that's significantly better than previously. Yeah, so just between these 4, that's definitely going to be a far more sufficient amount. Now I'm also going to go down here and connect these up, but I do need to bear in mind the throughput limitations, because I wasn't quite expecting all of this. Alright, so these are significantly less on their production. I might be able to get all of it. Huh. I happened to make exactly the number that I needed. Interesting. So let me just add up 29.7 plus 126 plus 120 plus 119 plus 158 plus 160 plus up here 230 plus 224 plus 227 plus 232 times 1.2 plus 56.04. That's 2006.88. So that is definitely more than a full throughput pipe. Definitely more than a single pipe can handle. Now, two three two, 227, 224, and 230. That's 913. So 1200 and then 913 times 1.2, that's 1095.6 plus 56.04. That by itself brings it pretty darn close to a single full throughput. So I don't even have to worry about connecting any of those when I can just connect these and be perfectly fine. How do I even want to pipe this? Probably like so. Car. Grab that vehicle. Grab that vehicle and get to moving. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this pipe straight up to my bus and then run it from the bus to where it is required. So up I go, with all the rocks that are in the way. That will soon no longer be in the way, because they will no longer exist. Alright, so who is the multi-phase oil? That is the question of the day. Which one of these is my multi-phase oil line? And the answer is this one is my multi-phase oil line. Now, back in the car. Aww. Had a thingy in my way. And that should immediately rectify every single issue I have in terms of how much multi-phase oil is coming in. Also, for reference, this thing is not continuing to produce power consistently because it is eating my entire production of solid fuel. Fortunately, by adding in more multi-phase oil to actually feed all of these, and actually, in fact, I have enough multi-phase oil coming in to feed up to 20 of these. So I have 9 now. I could add 11 more, or I could upgrade them, which I'm thinking I will upgrade them. Yeah, it's a 50% increase in crafting speed. Needs, these. Needs iron. And needs all these. Granted, after I make the first few of these, doing the replacements will give me base versions to then upgrade. I'll just do this way. Yeah, that consumes 675, 750, 9, so 14 would be good, technically speaking. And I am now overproducing on the crude oil. So that's good to see. Good to know. Still, it's not enough fuel oil, even with these Mark II refineries. I have 10, consuming 291. I am making 472.5. So I could have 16. I can add 6 more. So let's add 6 more, I suppose. I'm going to replace fully the pipes with plastic on this one so that I can do a... I want to do a copy paste. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where that thingy went. I knew I had placed a ghost down somewhere. Boink, 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 boink. So that's now making for me 233 per second on that, a lot more on the fuel oil, 140 per second on the fuel oil, and 93.33 on the base minerals. 233.33 on the naphtha. So, if I want to consume that, I need another 3 of these steam crackers. So I'm going to make 4. Why am I going to make 4 when I said I need 3? I need another one for the base mineral oil. A 1. A 2. A 3. And a 4. One, 2, 3, a 4. You can be the base mineral. And you are this. And that is, as I say, that, just add power. And then add this. Doink, 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 doink. Needs more steam. Of course it needs more steam. It always needs more steam. Every single time it needs more steam. Part of me is tempted to do an oil burning boiler. It's like, let's feed it with itself, with oil burning stuffs. More steam! Must have more steam. Oh boy, what am I going to get next? You or you? You. Yeah, crafting speed. Handcrafting speed! Oh, right! That's going to be the next issue to deal with. I want to make sure that I upgrade this cracker and probably have to put another one down, because with more faster machines producing residuals, I'm going to start having more than what I need on the residuals. That will increase it by 50%. Compared to the T1. But I'm producing more than 50% more residuals. So, as I look at this, is one machine still enough, or is that still growing? That is still growing. Yes, that is still growing. Now, what I will need to do sadly is shenanigans. Yes, I need to do some shenanigans. I need to do that. Grab that. Grab that. And then run this down. Stick the stuffs, LLN. Then feed it. Power it. Excuse me, but power. And that should consume all of the oil residuals. Now the question is, do I need more? Well, I need more consumption of synthesis gas, so that means more of you. that seems to be working. Am I still backing up on... I'm still backed up on synthesis gas. I am making significantly more synthesis gas than what these are consuming. That's 600 per second. Ooh, how much syngas am I making then? Ooh, it's backing up. It's backed up. That... Oddly enough, that this is exactly what I want to see. I want to see that I am producing enough from these machines to back up this and feed this. Huzzah! That's 50 more megawatts. Not quite 50 more megawatts, considering how much power consumption I had to add to get it to operate fully in the first place. Oh. After all of that, now is the time I will begin making gold plates. I will note that I will not be doing the efficient gold plates. I will be making gold plates through the T1 version, which is just ore to furnace to induction to caster. And the reason for this is I don't need a ton of gold. I just need enough for what I will be making. Also, I have to consider my whole setup with robots. I need to connect and make a whole bunch more roboports. So, gold. Gold, gold, gold. Wherefore art thou gold? Gold is all the way up at the top. And gold will be run on this lane. Say hello to the non-zero amount of gold ore that I currently have. Now, I suppose that it doesn't really matter where I put this, ultimately. Somewhere I have a place where I'm storing extra machines that I have completely forgotten about as to its location. That is not it. Lots of random things, but not the thing that I'm looking for. Thought it was near the actual machines. Well, if I don't see it, I'm just going to make more. So, T2 machines. Actually, technically, I could do a T3 blast. Needs these guys, probably one of those guys, and steel. This stuff. Okay. That's what I need for the gold. I'm just thinking, because this whole area is getting rather busy, do I really want to bring a gold belt of ore down just to then bring a belt of gold plates out? Probably not, especially when it would logically end up, like, all the way down here. Then I also have to think about processing titanium next, and nitinol. And silver. I need silver. So, gold ore. Do I have any of you? I do. That should be enough space. Glorious space. Gold needs chlorine. Oh boy, needs chlorine. Alrighty then, chlorine. Wherefore art thou? Oddly enough, I should have a line for chlorine down here from some other process I was doing. No, it's not pure chlorine, it's hydrogen chloride. That sucks. Anyway. Alright. Chlorine! Chlorine should be on the bus. If it's not, I will be sad. It is not, and I am sad. Yeah, chlorine is not on the bus, and I am sad. So, how about this? Is there a recipe? Yes, there is. I can separate it out and get chlorine back. I will do that. So because I have hydrogen chloride, I can run hydrogen chloride up and then split it into chlorine. May as well do it like here or something. Use a thingy. But a split into chlorine and hydrogen. Burn the hydrogen. Poop out all the chlorine. Let's see, 68, 60. Yep, that's fine by me. Oh, and then it needs fuel. Nothing in particular, though, so... you, I guess? I'm not even using this down there, so... There we go. Da-da, da-da. Oh, I'm a bit of a dunce because I need to... I don't need to. I do need one. Where's my... Do I not have another induction? Why do I not have 2 inductions? I need to have 2! Anyway. Yes, you... It's 2 inductions per furnace, buddy. Hello, stuff and things. I am apparently... This looks like I'm limited by... catalysts. Yeah, I'm somewhat limited by catalysts. And I'm apparently limited by... how much... plates, copper plates are being produced. How many copper plates are being produced? Interesting. I may need to upgrade my machines for copper plates. And then the cobalt steel is running pretty well. That's all looking good. It's producing as fast as it can, it looks like. Yeah. So that's nice. Anyway, I need to grab stuff over here. This stuff's. Grab another induction. I have enough casting. I just need the induction. Then get on back up. I have been forgetting to drink my coffee. Then 6 casting machines. Make me gold plates. Make me more medium power poles. Better yet, make me more... Make me the substation 2s, actually. Yeah. Substation 2. Much better. Covers the whole thing. Okay, welcome to the party. Gold! Glorious gold plates. Uh-oh. Oops. 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 It's trying to come back. It's trying to come back. But really now. I cut a line that was critical. I cut a critical line. Yes, I did. I cut a critical line here. So that was an important line. This is why I need more beautiful things. This is why I need some more redundancy in my systems. Where did I leave that car? So I did not run out of power, I just broke it a little bit. I just broke it a little bit. Just a tiny little itty bitty bit. Broke. Bump. And down. And, up. And, up. How far down we going? Very. Ah, not quite this far. So the next lane of use is a U. It is a U. Nearest car. 2 options. I'll grab the one down here. Okay, now that I have gold, I can now officially start making my logic boards. But first, I may as well replace the reds that I have sitting in my inventory and try to get rid of the excess stone in my inventory. Let's replace this one with a yellow. With a blue. Okay, so these can all go in here. Now, I don't like that I have to do this click and drag business. I've limited this chest to stop inserters from inserting into this chest when it fills up that number of spaces. If I control left click on my transport belts in my inventory, it should override whatever setting I have in here and shove these into those red slots. It really should be shoving them into the red slots for me. I shouldn't have to manually do anything here. Oh, and then, of course, I also have some yellows sitting around. Let's make some of those and some of those. Grab more steel. Grab more iron. Make even more of those. Make some of these. Use one of these. Make those. Come out here. Plop down that. Not here. No, not here. All of my use of these gold plates is going to be way down on the bus, and there's no point in putting a storage box there for a logistics network. They're just gonna have to fly incredibly long distances when belts are far more efficient at filling the box this way. La-di-di-da, running down this belt. Okay, there's gold. What did I need for you again? More plastic. So I need to run the plastic down. Yeah, still thinking about what I need to do about this plastic business. Or what I even can do about this whole plastic business. Because that's going to be a bottleneck for a little bit. Oh my. Oh boy, I need more belt again. Yet again, I need even more belts. This is the issue with how I've set up this bus. Just an inherent issue with how I've set up this bus. Ride the line back. Give me more of the things that I so desperately require. Now, one thing I will definitely do at some point here. Oh, there's the thing with the machines. There's the machines! Oh boy. One thing I should be doing. Oh, I have already done it! Oh, and of course there's no cobalt steel coming because it's using all of the ore to fill up from all of the steel that I've been now using. Yeah, so it needs to fill this up again and back up on the iron fully. Okay, heading back to start really working on this whole logic board business. You want to repair me. Alright, go right ahead. And all the while, these things are continuing to breed. But they are now out of storage space inside of this. So now, what's going to end up happening is the storages will fill up, and as I grow the network and the bots spread out to different roboports, it'll just keep adding to fill into this roboport. So that's a beautiful thing. Now I need to put my buffer down here. This shall be where this shall live. And I guess where these shall live as well. Like, while I'm here, I may as well. Yep, while I'm here. Need more loaders. Oh, God. Well, if I just start terminating stuff down here, I may just arbitrarily say this will be the end of my bus, and I will, from here, exclusively rely on the robots. That's an idea. Yeah, actually, this is a fairly decent spot for this. It just needs power. And already things are moving out. Okay. Monosilicon I need out here. I forget exactly what I'm running monosilicon on. What lane? Right here. I need the monosilicon, and I probably also need, like, the tinned copper wire and such. So all 3 of these, most likely. May as well run them. But in terms of conserving as much belt as possible, I'll do the ones that I know I need. So I know I need monosilicon. And I know I need the, this is not the recipe. This is the recipe. Need the tinned wire coils. So let's grab all of this stuffs. And yeah, now is the time, as they say, for designing around bot logistics. So now that I have that, I'm going to place down requester chests and provider chests. and right click and left click to put the requests in. The bots will go flying off for the stuff. And then I can just go and do the same thing here. It will request the things and offload the things. And it just needs power. And now all the bots will keep on moving. Oh, I haven't actually hooked up the sulfuric acid line. Let's do that. Now, since I've decided this is pretty much the end of what my bus is going to be, I'm not going to bother too much on any fluids. Fluids are the one thing that I will need to continue moving down the bus, but basically from this point on, it's all going to be exclusively done through robots, and ideally it won't be too awfully long. I can build sort of around where I have all this stuff. Alright, so here's my sulfuric acid line. Let's keep on trucking, carring, automobiling. Alright, that's sulfuric acid in to feed these. Now the only issue really is that I'm going to need a lot of these chests going forward, so I should be automating their production. Now, these chests are made out of steel chests, BEBs, and electronic circuit boards. All of that is here already, so this just means I need to get some of these. Looks like I need some iron and aluminium. Iron is unfortunately all the way back there. Where is my car? Grab my car. Am I storing aluminium? I am. That's good to know. Let's start this process of running all of the belts that I currently have on the bus down to the end of the bus, because I've got a lot of gaps, as you may have noticed, on my bus, and I need to fill those gaps. So that'll start buffering iron, whatever iron that I need here. Okay. When it comes to these chests, now I want to keep this area sort of as is going forward and just build it further back when making additional bots. I think this is a really nice spot for things. Ooh, I have thought ahead on that front. I have thought ahead there. That's excellent. I will need some more... probably requester chests. And since I have steel here, I can feed this guy with, Oh, hello. That's a new icon. That is a different icon for titanium chests. Huzzah. So, steel chests takes a ton to produce 4 per second. Do I do this? I guess. Here, take the last one of those and stick that on the hotbar. This will go into a provider chest, and this provider chest will feed into the various stuffs of these. Now, I'm not going to automate the, like, logistic warehouses, which I could do, just because they're so big. I don't like their footprint so much, and they take a lot of resources. That's a lot of iron and steel to make these. Same with the silos. I don't really need that big of buffers, to be completely honest. So, you are going to be making those. You are going to be making those. You will make those, sure. And you will make those. And you will make those. Now, as for what I will actually be using out of all of these, well, not that many, actually. Yes, in actuality, not that many. They have been breeding majorly. 768 logistic bots currently. It is the train! The massive train of logistic bots. Huzzah! Isn't that beautiful? Aren't they pretty? And wow, I've already made a lot. You will be limited to that, 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 you will be limited to that. I will take those, and I will take those. This is only the beginning. How's this doing? Just fine. Next on the agenda, I need to make the green boards. And these will require ferric chloride solution. Which I believe I have already brought down. So this is fine. These will need their own requesters and providers. And as you can see, this can be tiled. Both of these can be tiled. Now I just have to request. Et voila. I may want more of these. These can't be tiled too easily. I can do this though. There we go. So, this is missing copper plates. Alright. That gives me a reason to run my copper line down. Oh. And I guess while I'm here, I can now officially start saying, hey, give me full stacks of each of those. And then what's going to happen is that the logistic bots are going to go out and bring them to me as I approach where they live. So that's pretty nice. That's really, really nice. I love it. It's fantastic! I just need to vastly increase my production of the electronic circuit boards. That's something I need a lot more of. Okay, where is my copper plates? So it took us a while to get here, to this point, after having detoured a lot from the power situation that needed to be resolved, as well as today's somewhat unplanned discussion of E3 as it currently stands as of today. That will end up being a separate VOD video, I think. I'm pretty sure. I will do editing magic. So long as I remember, I will do editing magic. I will also need a line for glass. Maybe. Alright, these are moving. And they are producing the superior circuit boards. They're moving somewhat slowly. To be completely honest, they are moving a little bit on the slow side of things. I need to bring my BCBs, my basic circuit boards, out here so that I can start setting up automation of assembly machines. But first comes this. I will also need solder. Solder. Beautiful solder. Oh, my car is gonna have a really bad time. really bad time. So the solder coils are here. This line. I did mention something about bringing these the rest of the way. Ooh, I'm almost out of belt. Red belt, that is. Okay, okay. I think that's all well and good. I'm going to do what I usually do here. Say maintain 100, 2000. That's for later, FYI. Same here with all of this stuff. Except I want 100 of you. So this is just planning out my logistic requests for finished products. So this would also be these machines, and so on and so forth. Those substations. Which, what do I need to bring in to make these? Just the... Yeah, I can actually just do that now. What do you need? Iron. These are being used. Okay, I need a solder. Not there. Solder unpacker. Alright, so I need to go grab more stack inserters. While I'm at it, big chain of those going. Let's see, what do I need to make more of the roboports? Yeah, more of those. Invar. Guess this gives me the need to go grab more Invar. So, have a look-see here. I now have non-zero amounts of electronic logic boards. What does this mean? This means all of our troubles have officially ended. Yes, because what this means is I can start doing thermal water extraction once I get my titanium smelting setup done. Because unfortunately that's the last thing that I need to make. Where even is the machine? Where does that stupid machine exist? That stupid machine exists here. So, thermal water extractors needs logic boards, titanium plates, pipes, and gear wheels. So 42 units of titanium plates in total, plus reinforced concrete bricks. I'm making the reinforced concrete bricks, I'm making the logic boards, I am not currently making the titanium. So let us now start making the titanium and the nitinol, actually. Titanium and a nitinol. Now, I will not forget this time to head on over and pick up some belts. Interesting, and I think I've got 2 of these going forward as well. Because I think I've got another one at the very end of the bus. This thing. Yeah, so I've got another one all the way down here. Alright, grab you. Grab, like, all y'all. And more undergrounds. Now, where did I say that box was? This one? Yes, this one. So, pellets, those. Oh, goodness gracious me. Those. No, not that many. Where's my casting? I don't have any casting. Okay, so I need to make some casting machines. Don't need those. Those. Okay, let's build it and then worry about feeding it later. Oh wait, I already brought titanium down. So this is just a matter of building it out. Building it out next to nickel. Wow, I've already thought this far ahead. It's like, well, if I've thought this far ahead... Oh, please. Aww. Aww. Well, down we go. Whoops. And over, and over, and over again. I'll also pull up the nickel. Only 10 more minutes left in this stream today, for reference. Now, I do have a blueprint, I'm pretty sure, for titanium. Oh, there it is. I can just make an adjustment to this. Now, this is at ratio on the titanium, so let's bear that in mind. I will need to grab you, and I think everything here is okay. For the exception that you can go to blues now. And then just run that over that. Oh, you did not include the changes in the induction furnaces from 4 to 2, or the casting machines from 4 to 2. I need more casting machines. And blast furnaces, apparently. Oh, let's grab some steel. Oh, and I apparently forgot to grab stack inserters, so let's grab that too while I'm going to grab the steel. I apparently forgot some things, as one usually does and expects for me to do. So, steel. I'm gonna need even more when doing the nitinol, so let's bear that one in mind. Need you. Oh, and I'm apparently out of plastic pipe. Let's take a trip down the bus. The bus that won't look it won't look very much like this for very long. This bus will be changing as I continue the conversion into robots. Okay, where am I making my plastic pipes? It should be coming up soon here. Right there. That's another thing that... Oh, that's so unfortunate that I don't have my stuff all the way up here. Ugh. And plastic, I shouldn't even be making plastic pipe anymore because I am limited by plastic now. I should be doing it out of brass. I should be making brass pipes, which are identical. The only problem with the brass pipes is that they get used in a number of recipes, and I end up forgetting about that. And, yeah. Let's just say that it's not a particularly fun time whenever that happens. I went and I broke a thing. Ooh, I'm carrying around these that I really don't need. Anyway. heading on back. Fortunately, I did already have the blueprint for T3 titanium, so this is just a matter of making this. It looks like this needs limestone. Oh, this... right. This needs calcium chloride, which, if I'm not mistaken, I am making... here. I'm making calcium chloride. So I now need to route this down to here. Doinky. 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 Then I have to get rid of the limestone, which the way that I used to do that is feed it back into here, this system, because the iron will absolutely consume enough of it, more than enough of it. Yeah. So this means... But I've only got 3 minutes left, so I probably won't be actually producing the non-zero amount of stuffs quite yet. And this is going to take more than one substation. There we go. So I'll at least do that. So, with 2 minutes left, I'm going to leave it here and go over what has been done today in this shorter overall stream slash video of gameplay. So, what got done? I think we started the day at 7 total units, so of the U-235. Over the course of this time spent today, it has gone up to 13. So that's 6 more units. I need a lot more than that. I need a lot more than that. So the day started with a bit of an issue with power, not having... like, being really close to the maximum for power. What I ended up doing in an attempt to solve the power issues... Oh, and it looks like... I'm still not making enough steam for all of this, so... yeah, I'll have to go take care of that. So I expanded vastly the oil processing setup, and I went out down to here and started mining some really rich multi-phase oil spots. Now, I've got machines placed down on these, but these are not nearly as resource dense as this. So I'm actually producing almost a full pipeline worth of oil at this point, of multi-phase oil, because I did not have enough. I did not have nearly enough to actually feed even what I had for the oil. Now I have more than enough to feed my oil production, and I am cracking, basically. That's essentially what I'm doing, is from the base vanilla game. This whole process is the equivalent of cracking into lighter material, except it's, instead of doing that, it's cracking into syngas. So I am converting naphtha and base mineral oil and residual gases into synthesis gas, and my synthesis gas is being used to create solid fuel, which is being used to now power this big burner generator from KS Power, which uses a ton of fuel but makes 50 megawatts of power all by itself. And it is glorious. That was step one of what happened today, and once I got through with that, I came out here to the end of the bus, and I started automating things. I started automating some silicon wafers into chests. I hooked up the tinned copper cables. I've got the circuit stuff going here. I've got the superior boards and the logic boards going now with solder too. So I've got all of this going. It's moving. I've got green circuits now being produced, which is absolutely excellent. And I've been... Oh, and I forgot to limit this chest, unfortunately. But I am now producing all of the various logistic network chests. It is automated. That's all I'll really need for the remainder of the game. And that actually looks pretty, how I have that set up. So, and I've also decided that I am terminating my bus right around here by having just a nice line of provider chests that will fill up with the stuff that I'm bringing into it on the bus. So now my bus will function as the feeder of these chests, and from here I will build outwards and likely around it to try and conserve on flight distance. And yeah, from there it's just a matter of producing what I need for the science that I need to, and the rocket stuff that I need to get through the space extension stuff. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat, and I will see you all next time for the titanium plate production and nitinol plate production, and then lithium water production from thermal water. So I will be doing thermal water next time, turning some of that thermal water into mineral catalysts, turning still more thermal water into the lithium water for lithium batteries, and doing all of that. And right as I'm here at the end, the stream decides to die, so I'm just going to end it here for the VOD. I am done. I will see you all next time. Tomorrow's Pyadons. So the next time I'll be on ABX is on Wednesday. I will see you all then.